This is call number 2020-28561. In the interest of Brandy and Zachary St. Peter, please raise your right hands to be sworn, parties. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Excuse me?
Please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Hi, my name is Karen Serna, and I am the mother of Brandy and Zachary.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
I'm Zachary St. Peter. I'm the father of Brandy and Zachary St. Peter.
All right, and for the state?
Angela Jeffries, Your Honor.
All right, and we've got an original petition and a suit affecting parent-child relationship with an acknowledgement of paternity. We're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
All right, let's proceed with the stipulations.
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have stipulated that they agree to joint marriage and conservatorship with a geo restriction to Harris County. Parties agreed to a modified possession schedule of one overnight visit for 4 months and then a standard possession order. The parties agreed that child support will be $466 per month beginning August 1st of 2020. The cash medical will be $156 beginning August 1st of 2020. Retro amount should be $8,000, and that will be paid out at $60 per month beginning August 1st of 2020. The only issue we have before the court right now is the non-disclosure of Ms. Serna's address.
All right, Ms. Serna, so far, are these your agreements?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. St. Peter, so far, these are your agreements?
Yes, sir.
All right, and so the issue is whether we're going to close Ms. Serna's address. Is that correct, Ms. Jeffries?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's proceed.
The state calls Karen Serna.
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Serna, do you have an issue with the other party having your address?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any safety concerns with the other party having your address?
Yes, ma'am.
And would you tell this court why you have safety concerns with Mr. St. Peter having your address?
Yes, ma'am. There's been multiple occasions where he threatens to come to my house if we have a disagreement. He threatens to come to my house. He says he blacks out and he gets mad. He's threatened me. He's threatened that he would hurt my family, fight my dad, my brother and stuff like that. It's when we have a disagreement, something doesn't go his way, he doesn't like it, he gets upset. That's when that scares me, and I don't want to get to that.
So do you think Mr. St. Peter having your address will cause you harm or harassment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In the last 2 years, have there been any physical incidents between you and Mr. St. Peter?
Yes.
Okay. When did these events occur?
It was around the beginning of this year. I went to his house, his uncle's house, to go talk to him because we were trying to work it out before, we don't want to go to court. We don't want to go to court. We don't want to do none of this. We went, when I started saying things he didn't want, or I just refused to talk anymore, I saw it going nowhere. He took my phone and he was like, "You're not leaving. You're not leaving here until we talk." And he wanted to throw my phone. He grabbed my hand, like, he's stronger than I am. And I was scared that he was, going to hit me because it's not the first time.
Were the police called during that incident, ma'am?
No, ma'am. I just left. He gave me my phone and I left.
Have the police ever been called on you two for any incidents in the last 2 years?
Not 2 years.
Okay. And so are you asking this court for a non-disclosure of your address?
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
You have any questions for her, Mr. St. Peter?
For who?
For Ms. Serna?
I mean, I don't know what to ask her. I mean, I don't understand kind of where this. I mean, how to get at? She's done her fair share of like. I mean, I'm not saying her everything she's saying is false. I mean, her
Wait a
did
minute.
get into it, and I did, take her phone like that.
Mr.
But
Mr. St. Peter, I'll give you an opportunity to make a statement, but right now
okay.
is your time that you can ask her a question if you like. We're in a hearing.
Okay. I mean, she lived with me for 4 years. I mean, did you feel harm?
You're not asking a question, sir. You're making a statement.
Were you scared the 4 years, 5 years? The last 8 years you lived with me. I mean, were you scared then for your life?
Okay, Ms. Serna? Did you hear the question, Ms. Serna?
Yes, but
I'm sorry?
yes, I heard his answer, but
So what is the answer?
he said if I was scared, I mean,
Yeah, during the whatever 8 years that you lived together.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes, yes.
Okay, Mr. St. Peter? Another question?
I mean, have I ever put you in harm's way that your life was threatened? Honestly,
Zach, yes.
What is that? What's the answer, Ms. Serna?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
may I ask how it was threatened? Her life was threatened.
All right. Ms. Serna?
Zach, you don't threaten me. You don't, I have a whole bunch of messages of you threatening my family. You getting, you're telling me you're going to get your girlfriend to beat me up. Are those not things, where are you at? Wanting to know where I'm at so you can, you know, come do whatever you want to do. Like, I'm not doing this for no reason. I'm not just saying it just because I have reasons. And I like being comfortable in my home.
We have another question, Mr. St. Peter.
What was I gonna ask? Oh no, that's fine. That's it. I mean, that's all I have to ask her, man.
All right, Ms. Jeffries. Call
No,
your
can I
next.
ask her one more thing? Can I ask her one more thing?
All right.
Um, did Karen? I mean, did you ever assault me? Did you ever put your hands on me?
Yeah, I did.
And I mean, there's been times I've been. Have you ever hit me in my sleep? Me
I did.
unconsciously
I'm
in my
not
sleep and get you
saying
hit?
I'm perfect. We were both bad together. And I get that. And I understand it. But
Okay, ma'am.
it's,
The question was, have you ever hit him?
oh yes.
Okay. Have another question, Mr. St. Peter?
Have you ever threatened me?
Not within 2 years.
Okay, that's all I had to ask.
All right, Ms. Jeffries, call your next witness.
Sure. The state calls Zachary St. Peter. Mr. St. Peter, do you currently know where Miss Serna lives right now?
No, I do not.
Okay. And when you do pick up and drop off of the children, where does that occur at?
Sometimes she'll bring them to my uncle's house. If not, we'll meet at JFK and Beltway 8 at a hotel.
Okay.
A Holiday Inn.
Okay. And do you believe the court should grant you access to know where she lives?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever threatened to show up at her residence and do her bodily harm or anybody in her residence harm?
Yes, I have.
Okay. The incident that she mentioned in January, did that occur?
Parts of it, yes.
Okay. Did you grab her cell phone and tell her she could not leave?
Yes.
Okay. And so just so we're clear, you're asking, even though the incidents that have happened between you two parties, that her address be disclosed, that you know where your children reside, correct?
Yes.
All right. And has Ms. Serna ever threatened you?
Yes.
All right. Has she ever threatened to show up at your house unannounced or?
Yes. She
bodily
showed
harm?
up at my house unannounced multiple times.
Okay. But just to reiterate, you do not currently know where she resides.
Yes.
All right. I have nothing further, Your Honor, for this witness.
Yes, Serna, do you have any questions for Mr. St. Peter?
No, sir.
All right. How long have you, wherever you're living, how long have you lived there that he doesn't know you live there?
Me, I moved in March.
And
March.
he hasn't known where you live since March.
No.
And prior to that time, where were you living?
I was living, it was like down the street from my daughter's school. It was a townhome, and I lived there with my parents.
Okay, and how long did you live there?
Um, Probably 1 year. I want to say 1 year.
So he knew where you were living in the townhome, is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, sorry.
And so he would come over, you said?
He would, that's when he would show up, or he would threaten to come. Um, and then in one instance, I honestly don't remember what we were arguing about. I believe it was over my daughter. Um, and, he started threatening me, and he said he was outside my house, and I ignored it. I'm not going to answer the door. Or, we even changed, like, I had my dad change the locks to the house because I had, we put security cameras. Um, I just felt unsafe. So whenever he,
Okay, ma'am. Ms. Jeffries, where is the pickup and delivery going to be?
What we proposed, which is where they already do it, the address that I obtained was 15222 John F. Kennedy Boulevard, Houston, Texas 77033. I think that's a high school. They would have to correct me if I'm.
where?
The John F. Kennedy address, Boulevard.
Oh, that's a Holiday Inn. It just has like a big parking lot, and it's like right by the Beltway. So I figured it'd be easy for both of us from whatever direction we were coming.
All right, the court, non-disclosure is granted and all other stipulations are approved.
I didn't even get to say my statement.
Oh, go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. This kind of, like I said, me and her both kind of go back and forth like this. We've been kind of on and off, even over the last year. Me and her had, sexual relations in February. So, I'm just saying, me and her been kind of going back and forth like that. And the house she lived at before, I put the deposit and the rent. I used to pay rent there. I got the house, and then our parents moved in with us. So, and then I moved out. So, that's kind of where it kind of gets to where, I'm popping up like I own the place, because I did own the place at one point. You understand? So, another thing too is, all this kind of going on. I don't understand how I'm just going to lose the fact that know where my kids are living at. Just the fact that me and her we're going through a bad break, going through stuff. Even the time about the phone stuff, I was just trying to talk to her about the kids. I just told her, every time I try to talk to her about the kids, she's playing with me about my children. These are the only thing I care about. I could die today. The only reason I don't want to die today is because of my children. So, and she's playing, every time we get in an argument is over our children, because she's playing games with me over my children. She used my children as to manipulate me. And to bring, if somebody's messing with any one of y'all's kids, it would bring a whole different animal out of y'all. I've never pulled a gun out on her. I've never struck her in the face, or actually, the most I ever did, like I said, grab her hands, push her off of me, stuff like that. She's socking me in the face while I'm asleep. She don't care about where I live, because the kids do not live with me. But if it was vice versa around, she would want to know where the kids would live. And I would be comfortable with letting her know where her kids are living. She has no, like I said, I don't even bother her about where she lives at. Like I said, I was like, let me just wait till we get to the court, because the fact that I should have the right to know where my kids live at, where they lay their heads at. What something happens to her, my daughter calls me and she tells me she's at home. She don't know her address, and I can't come save her because of the fact that I don't know where she lives at. If we have to meet up somewhere else, that's fine. I don't mind that, but I don't think it's right that I don't have the right to know where my kids are laying their heads at every single night. on top of, like I said, she lived with me 4 or 5 years. I have no violence or violent crimes committed against me. I have no record of that. I mean, like I said, that's just me and her arguing back and forth. And now and like I said, if I'm popping up at the house, I used to live there. I had a key to the house. So, like I said, and even after that, like I said, she got to the point where she started feeling like this, and it wasn't nothing like. Once she started feeling like that, I just backed off completely because the fact that, how to say it, we were talking before. How to say it, I mean, it's a sense of how do I get at, like, my woman would respect me. She was, you know what I mean, like, she would respect she knew what not to piss me off because I'm gonna be this. That's all it was. I mean, that's just how me and her were operating. Like I said, she threatened me. She pulled up at my house unexpectedly, harassing me. You know, it's bad. Me and her haven't bothered each other probably the last 6 months to a year. You know, besides that little incident, like I said, about her grabbing her phone. But even then, that's to the point. Like, I've been trying to work things out with this girl since I was 16 years old, back and forth like this. And now, like I said, I mean, my kids live with me. She lived with me for like the last, the last year and a half. They've always lived with me, so I don't understand where. And she's never felt fear. There's never been anybody called the cops on us because they
All right,
felt
sir,
fear
I'm going
for
to give you
them.
about one more minute. I'm going to give you about one more minute to tell me what you want to say. Otherwise, I guess you could go on for half an hour, right?
Yeah, I can go all day about this. They're my kids. I can go all day.
Well,
But,
okay, so we're limited on time here.
okay, well, that's all I got to say then. That's fine.
All right, ma'am, there's something you want to say, Ms. Sutherland?
Yeah. Yes. It's not that what I want to co-parent with Zach. I don't have any ill will towards him. I just feel that we have to work our way to that trust. I understand about him wanting, to know where his kids are at. I completely get it. It's something that I would love to work our way to, but for the time being, I would like just that comfort of being home, feeling okay, feeling safe, my family feeling safe, because I don't want to put them through anything because of, me. Um, I don't know where he lives, where him and his wife live. Um, um, I don't ask that, nor do I try. I was 15. I had my daughter when I was 15. I did make very poor decisions.
Okay, ma'am, I'll give you about one more minute.
Okay, but I think now I've, come a long way, and I feel like right now, it's just better for me and, my family, my kids, if we just keep my address like disclosed. That's it.
Well, I mean, what you said earlier was that if he knows where you live, he's likely to cause you or your children some type of harassment or abuse or serious harm or injury. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, the ruling stands. Non-disclosure is granted. All of the stipulations are approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I put end.
Please hold on one second, parties.
That's bullshit. I'll give the mom every fucking thing here, dude.
Sir, please refrain from cursing.